Welcome to another Biconians Guild Chat. I'm turning myself down so I don't echo. I'm sitting differently, obviously, as you can tell. Now I got my headphones on and trying to make it like a real broadcast, broadcast, podcast, P-O-D-C-A-S-T. As Bell would say, it's one word. On this April the 5th, Tuesday, sorry, I'm paying attention to the time, and I just got off work, so I'm just sweating my gazoolas off. As I'm going to do some things different, probably going to change some things up, like changing the format a little bit. Keeping the same subject and the same topic. But using OBS now to record, so I can go straight into the editing, so I can have a quick upload. And that probably has a good echo sound of me drinking water. Awesome. I got to get used to the webcam up there because I'm used to being down low. Anyways, as I'm getting things unwind before I go into my main topic, or whatever it is I'm going to discuss. Probably still have the things going down below at the bottom. I just got off work, so that means I may not make any sense. I'm using these headphones. Again, I don't know what they are. I can't remember what they are. They're not your usual brand name, but they're high-quality headphones. And the microphone does pick up, but when I do play Windows Media Video, or Windows Media Player, the WMP, it doesn't have any sound. But when I download the VLC and played it back, there was sound. So when I took the video recording where there was no sound whatsoever, when I put it into the editing program, there was these wave things, meaning there was sound. So it's stupid, crazy. It only happens to me. And it's been dealing with bugs. And lately I've been dealing with bugs, especially the one with the BattleNet. After the crash, burn, BattleNet problem that was going on in the last patch, I think 2 weeks ago, there was another bug for BattleNet. It didn't want to start. So the trick here is deleting the folder, Blizzard Entertainment folder, crash and burn that. And then you go into the World of Warcraft folder, you delete the catch folder and the data folder. And I just went ahead and just deleted the WTF folder also at the same time. So, excuse me. I do need to drink water, otherwise there will be no talking. So, focus. I had to delete those folders, and because when you start playing the game, you have to click on play, but it wants to do an update. And once it does the update, it starts on initializing, and then it kicks out. And then when you click update, it gives you an error. So you can click update all day long, restart your computer. 5 hours later, you're still at the same point. It's good to delete those folders that I just mentioned. And then what's going to happen is the BattleNet's like, oh, this is a new game, so we're going to have to install World of Warcraft, and then everything is fine. So that was the quick thing. I wanted to log into World of Warcraft to take some snapshots of some districts in the guild that I'm in. They do the Hungry Games, third Sunday of every month on Arch of Dawn Alliance. So that's all I wanted to do because I'm doing a machinima thing for the guild. Anyways, the topic that came up, or something that was on the news in the gaming world, was the tracer image. And this is not the main topic, but it's a segue into it. They removed the image because it was rude and offensive for a 5-year-old. Excuse me, Overwatch is a first-person shooter. There's going to be violence. If you're scared of a butt, of a tracer image, I might have to That might be better. Not so much echo. If you're afraid of that image and you're going to let your 5-year-old play Overwatch, there may be some bad parenting skills for you. Just saying. The bad female, I don't know her name. The succubus, the witcher, the watcher, I don't know. She wears scantily clad outfits. And you're not going off on her, but you're going off on Tracer. You may be a little bit hypocritical. And what's sad is one person complained, and Blizzard Entertainment decided to, you know what? That one person's right. We're going to remove everything. We're going to remove the image. But yet, when we complain about the bugs, we complain about the flying, we complain about what's going on in Warlords of Draenor, and there's like a couple thousand people complaining about the same thing, it's okay to leave it because it's not one person complaining. I'm sorry. I don't know who's hypocritical, her or the company. Just saying. Now, that's going to go into the topic. Removing the legendary ring. I noticed that the pre-patch will prevent players from starting the quest line if they are not already on it, while allowing those who are in progress a chance to finish. When #Legion launches, the quest line will become unavailable. It was a Warcraft dev Twitter. I'm reading this from the forums. Please do not remove the legendary ring quest. You know, back in Mist and Pandaria, we were going for the cloak, the legendary cloak. And one of the guilds that I'm in Warlords of Draenor, because, you know, they removed the legendary back piece. Someone was talking about Prince Rathian in Warlords of Draenor because we were introduced to the character very small as a hint in Cataclysm, and especially for the rogues. I haven't done the legendary questline for the rogues yet. That's still in there. That's a Cataclysm legendary rogue only. We'll get back to that in a second. So, if you're a rogue and you do the legendary questline in Cataclysm and you come into Mist of Pandaria, there's nothing about Prince Rathian as you level up. Some people want to know the lore and the story based on the game, not going after books and going to WoW Wiki or Wowhead, whatever website, YouTube, just to know about these backstories. Now, Mist of Pandaria had content. Warlords of Draenor had Twitter integration. That's not content. You can call it whatever you want. You could pretend you had content for us. You removed an island or a zone because it wasn't in time. You couldn't get it done. But we have double the developing team. I guess in Mist of Pandaria, when you hired your double team, they were to work on Legion, and you were to scrub along in Warlords of Draenor, making people pay $60 for a scrub expansion. Now, I like the expansion, but I gotta call it the way it is, what was presented to me. And Blizzard Entertainment, this is what you presented. You presented a lackluster, lack of content, claiming it was the best. And I jumped on the bandwagon for Warlords of Draenor. I was excited for it. I was stoked for it. I was pumped up. And the stuff that I was excited for never happened. So, excuse me why I'm not on the bandwagon for Legion. I have doubts about Legion. Now, in Mist of Pandaria, they removed the back piece. At first, I thought, you know, that's pretty cool because we get to fight Ordos for the reward. We get to take on Ordos, jump over the bridge, and other people try to follow you, then they fall to their deaths as you make it to the other side, and they wonder, how did you do that? Like you got some master skill. Especially if I'm flagged for PvP. I go running up where Ordos is, and so does the Hortoon. He comes up there running after me, and I wave, he gets kicked out. It's funny as heck. And especially if they're coming after me over the bridge. I'm going over the bridge, and the Horde follows me. It is so funny. And now, I don't mind how that portion works. But the quest line, why couldn't you just keep the quest line? Just let us, those who have not done the back piece in time in Mists of Pandaria can actually experience the lore and the quest chain, and at the end they get some kind of gold. Go do these particular raids if you choose to let them do those particular raids. But you don't get the reward item, which is understandable. Now, the ring is a major lore in Warlords of Draenor compared to the back piece in Mists of Pandaria. Mists of Pandaria had so much content that no one's going to know about the legendary back piece because there's so much story that's going involved in Mists of Pandaria. You have so much content. So why have the back piece? It's understandable. You got it removed. But there's nothing in Warlords. You can level through the entire zone, but half of your story is based off the ring and the raid. Because it makes sense that we fought Archimonde if you do the legendary ring. If the legendary ring isn't there, and you're going on with this presumption that it's Grommash Hellscream, and then when you go into the raid, I'm confused. Why is Grommash Hellscream helping us? And why are we fighting Archimonde? Where does this make sense? So then now the story becomes jumping like I do when I talk, getting everybody confused. Well, now Blizzard Entertainment has just come down to my world, and now everyone's confused because Bodkonian is the one talking, jumping all over the place. Because that's the quest chain in Warlords of Draenor. It's jumping all over the place. There's nothing if you remove the legendary ring. Which brings me to this point. Why do we have the legendary daggers for the rogues dealing with Prince Rathian? Prince Rathian is part of the ring. I saw the little bird thing, and he was flying away. I was like, there's Prince Rathian. Anyone else going around there, they're not going to pay attention to it. And Prince Rathian does not show up until a certain portion of the legendary quest, which was part of the story. And so now we have the legendary daggers with Prince Rathian. Nothing in Mists of Pandaria, except for if we go to the Time of Messiah, there he is standing there with the Bronze Dragons guy, who's going to help Grommash Hellscream go into the portal into Draenor. So now Prince Rathian disappears and comes back in Legion, going into Deathwing's cave, I think for the warriors, in that warrior area for their artifact or something. So now we're jumping. It makes sense if you do the legendary back piece. It makes sense if you do the ring, and it makes a heck of a lot of sense when we have to deal with Deathwing. Deathwing's cave. And then I found out the other day that there were other quests that was removed. Excuse me. There were other quests that was removed because of the expansion zone. The Wrath Gate. There was a quest thing in Trustful Glades out there outside of Undercity, and we had to go into Undercity. I'm like, where was this? Everyone told me that in Burning Crusade there was Arthas, or the Lich King lore. There is? I hardly ever hear about Illidan. I hear about the zones, but that's about it. And so the only time I hear about Illidan is the occasional, we're doing this for Illidan, That's not part of the quest. It's just an NPC walking around that you have to kill that quotes this. And the quest chain has nothing to do with what he is saying. And Shadow Moon Valley has a lot to do with Gul'dan and Illidan. So now I have to do that quest to try to, or that quest chain to figure out Gul'dan and Illidan for Legion. And if they don't remove that, why do we have all these legendaries then? Why don't we just remove the Thunder Fury, remove the Shadowmourne, because that was important in that expansion. It's not important today. But it works with the time walking. So now, based off the time walking that you introduced, for Mr. Pandera, I could go to the NPC, purchase my back piece for 10,000 gold, go to the time walking of Mr. Pandera, and someone's going to ask the question, who may be a lore enthusiast, what is that you're wearing? I want to transmog my back piece to look just like that. I love the glowing effect. And then I tell them, well, no, you can't get this piece no more because it's been removed from the game. And so now they're curious about this legendary back piece because they write down or they inspect me and take a screenshot of my character with that back piece, what highlighted the back piece, and they look it up online, and then they find that there's this whole story, and now that player is upset because the quest chain's been removed. Now, there was a community manager that agreed with us that, okay, remove the ring, but keep the quest, because it's a lot of lore in Lords of Draenor. And quite honestly, the ring quest is actually much better than the Mr. Pandera, because someone argued with me doing the 2 PvP matches is a part of the story. No, it's not. You can remove the PvP, and it's still a good story. I done that with my editing, but on my old computer, which is broke, I don't have those quests anymore. So I missed everything, and now I got to go resort to YouTube to watch what I done with my character. And I never uploaded the stuff. You know, with all this talk about pruning, removing abilities for warriors, death knights, and all these classes, and now we're moving a quest, why? Why can't we just do the phasing thing? I swear to God, I could be level 89 in the Blasted Lands, and the Blasted Lands, and there's no sign of the Iron Horde whatsoever, no one attacking nothing until I deem level 90. And then all of a sudden, there's the Iron Horde. In Theramore, my Death Knight, level 85, when he goes over there, it's destroyed. I could go on my level 100 Paladin, and it's still intact. Phase it out. It's destroyed. It's part of Mr. Pandera. Or the Broken Park. Well, those are phased areas. Why can't we phase those particular areas if you're still questing? If you didn't purchase the next expansion, you should be stuck in that expansion and in that story. And to me, that's what's interesting, is keeping Wrath of the Lich King and all the questing, including the Wrathgate. Because who's Bolvar? I gotta go online to read it. I don't have time to. Sorry, I'm not gonna do the research of the new Lich King after Arthas was destroyed by the Alliance and the Horde. I'm not gonna go to YouTube to know about him. Everyone's got their opinion about the lore. There's no actual fact about it. You can tell me, you go to this website, you go to that website. Yeah, but the stories are kind of different. There's not one actual fact, and that's why I'm glad Blizzard Entertainment and Chris Metzen is writing these Chronicle books. That's what I'm going by. So everything can make sense. You know, it's just frustrating that they're getting rid of everything, and why? I mean, they're good stories. See, it's like leveling at level 20 to level 30, and that zone is Duskwood. Of course, at level 25, you go to Strangleton and Vow. But Duskwood is a beautiful questing, and why don't you just remove it? That was Cataclysm. Remove it. Should. Removing everything else, why have any questing at all? I mean, you create a character, he comes out at level 100 or 110. No leveling whatsoever. Save us $60 to boost a character, which I don't mind doing because I do not like the Burning Crusade questing. It's jumping all over the place. I don't know if my microphone can pick up sounds from outside. It's just frustrating. And I'm going back to what the post is. I mean, we got the Thunder Fairy, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker, the Warglaives, Thoradal, the Scars of Fury. That's the bowl. The Hammer of Ancient Kings. That's still around. Is that for a druid only? Anyways, Shadowmourne. I'm still stuck on that quest because I can't soul some of it. The Fireland Staff and the daggers. And I'm curious about the daggers. I want to do the daggers. I want to know about that story. Why can't we just remove those? Get rid of them. And I agree with what he says at the bottom. As someone who has already completed this content, I think it just plain stinks that the only way to experience these quests would be to watch them on YouTube. That's just not right. What does bother me is that you are removing this content not because of technical reasons, not because of lore reasons, only just because you believe these are to be honored as a status symbol. Unlike the cloaks, you cannot even see these rings unless you inspect them. We have titles and achievements that perfectly differentiate between those that have mastered content while it was relevant. Warlords of Draenor doesn't need the little content it did have removed from the game. I also fully believe the Mists of Pandaria content should also be restored. I don't think when an expansion is over that items or content should simply be removed. I mean, this person, Sages, S-A-G-E-S, he's an orc warlock. He makes a lot of sense in his post. And please do not remove the legendary ring quest. And a community manager did respond. And I don't want to read the whole entire thing. It's on lockdown now, 26 pages. But the thing that gets me is, at first, the community manager agrees with the Blizzard Entertainment, I work for the company, so everything is holier than thou. Have we forgotten about the community? I mean, we remove a tracer butt image because of one person. And a lot of people are commenting on this, and it's feeding all over my Twitter and my Facebook. But we're removing the legendary ring, which is okay. Remove the ring. We got it. We understand the ring serves no purpose. Neither does the old legendaries. I'm sorry, but remove them. They have no purpose right now. Now, if you're going to give me this time walking BS, then I think it's backwards and stupid that you're removing the ring and the legendary back piece due to the time walking. So don't have no time walking Mists of Pandaria and have no time walking of Draenor when Legion launches. Remove it. I mean, it contradicts everything. It just, I mean, it just needs to stop. I mean, we got all these cool things in all these cool stories and nothing. You just can't keep it. You just can't leave it alone. You just have to remove content. We're begging for content, and you're finding ways to remove content. It just makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It's a contradiction. It's a hypocritical move. It's like the community is complaining, and this is more than just one. I mean, it was one person that removed the but. And we got thousands of people saying, please don't remove content. We want content. And Blizzard comes on and goes, well, one person complained about the butts, so we're going to remove the image. But we got a couple thousand people that are saying, keep the questing. No, well, we can't let the community decide what we're going to do with the ring. We're going to go ahead and remove it because it doesn't fit with the lore of Legion. Neither does the Shadowmourne, but you keep that. And that's a quest for Wrath of the Lich King. Let's remove it. I mean, wasn't there a legendary weapon that was removed back in AQ 40 or something? Like a staff for druids? I don't know. I could be wrong about this whole thing. I didn't know about that mace, though. I'm going to look into that. So we are desperate for subscribers in World of Warcraft because of lack of no content, but we're so eager to remove content. That's very pivotal in the story that is very confusing. Because when I was leveling up, I refused to do the ring. I was not going to do the ring because of all the stupid guilds coming up with the stupid crap that you have to have the legendary to raid with us. And so when I did I got carried for the Moose Run. Thank you, Zeus, for that. When I got carried for that ring, or for the kill for the Moose, I'm like, why am I fighting Archimon? This does not make any sense at all. I should not be taking him on. Why am I not taking on Grommash? Made no sense. So I had to do the ring to somewhat understand, and it still doesn't make sense. I think they were just rushing the story for Legion to get Legion prepared, and all of a sudden Grommash is excited for us. So I think announcing the last boss, which I'm going to predict in Legion, is kill Jaden. Just saying. I don't think we're going to face Seragus. I think Illidan is going to sacrifice himself to destroy Seragus. That's what I think is going to happen. That's just my theory. I don't know what the story is. I don't want to know what the story is. But I have seen what the Death Knight stuff is, and I love the Death Knights. I don't want to jump into that yet. But I'm beating a dead horse here. Removing items. Now, this is when I wish I had more people on my podcast or part of a podcast. I wish I was part of a podcast team to where I can hear other people's feedback and not bore myself talking. It's been like 30 minutes now, and I'm not getting anywhere with it. It's like, what else can I talk about? What else can I talk about? So if my videos are kind of short, then they're kind of short. If they're real long, then they're real long. I'm passionate about it. But removing of things, there's a hashtag going around, stop the pruning. I'm not going to jump into that because I actually love that there's changes to classes when the expansion launches. Because it's like it gives a whole fresh new meaning of learning how to play your class again at max level. So from level 100 to level 110, I get to learn how to play my Death Knight. And I do them better this time around than I did, when I first started playing Cataclysm. And I like that. A lot of theory crafting, moving things around. And I saw some good talent points that are good for leveling, but are not good for max level. And there's some that are good max level talent points, but you don't want them as you level, based on what I was reading or what I was looking at. So there's going to be a lot of talent points changing around because some of it requires multiple targets and single targets. So that's going to be good for rating. So I got an idea what kind of a build that I'm going to have for my Frost DK. I can't wait for it. Oh, it's going to be exciting when the expansion launches and I pick my new talent points and I begin my artifact quest for my Shadowmoor, am I Shadowmoor? Shadowfrost? Frostmourne? I don't know. I'm calling it the Frostmourne quest. Dual wielding. I like how they're differentiating that makes no sense. Separating the class to make them feel like what they are. With all this pruning, people are saying that they're not. Hello. Perhaps maybe in Legion Alpha, you're only practicing on one toon. Me, I want to see what every class and every spec can do. I wish I could be in a beta or an alpha. I signed up for it, but I gotta know people in order to test things out. Because I would actually test a Druid Boomy, Destro Lock, a Retribution Paladin, and of course my Frost DK. I would probably do my Frost DK when the game launches because I want to try my other classes and other specs that I love playing. Because I do things with all my alts. Sorry, I'm trying to get these headphones comfortable. And what I like about these headphones is that they don't hurt my ears like all the other ones do. I read on the boxes that, oh, it's comfortable on your ears. No, they're not. Because once I remove the headpiece and I touch my ear, it's painful. With these headpieces, or with this headphones, it doesn't hurt my ears at all. It's really cool. Well, I was looking at the artifact weapons for the Frost Death Knight, and I love what they're doing. There's some people who are upset that their DKs are getting nerfed, and they're going to quit the game. Good. Go. I cannot wait for my Death Knight. After reading some of the stuff and earning some of those things, it gives the feel that if I earned this particular mechanic on the artifact weapon, I earned it. I worked hard to get there. I so cannot wait for Legion, for my Frost Death Knight. And please, Blizzard Entertainment, everything you said you were going to do at BlizzCon for Legion, make it happen. If you're going to pull the stunt you did in Warlords of Draenor and come up with excuses you don't have time, you may not have subs for your time anymore. Because if you pull a Warlords of Draenor in Legion, I'm not coming back to you. I may stay subbed, but I'm not buying no. I'll be stuck at level 110 and never level up after that because I'm not buying no more expansions after. Because you're not worth $60. I'm not buying the collector's edition of Legion. I refuse to. I bought the collector's edition for Warlords because the mount, you'll be able to fly it when flying becomes available in Warlords of Draenor. Was so much BS and baloney about flying done by the developing team that they go to the third-party website and they forgot they had their own website. I'm never buying a collector's edition from these guys ever again. It's a ripoff. You're going to say one thing and do the opposite. You told me that this mount could fly in Draenor. Yeah, it could fly in Azeroth. I'm not wanting to purchase a mount to fly in another zone. And that, I believe, killed the mounts. It did for me at the Blizzard store. I was going to buy some mounts to use for giveaways. And when I found out that they were not going to bring flying, you saved me $25 to do giveaways for guilds that I'm in. Sorry, I'm not going to Blizzard store to buy any mount. Because they're not going to fly. Even though you can fly now, but damage is done. So, I don't care. I don't care what special do you got going with the mounts and the pets in the store. You're going to give this amount to Children's Foundation. You're probably going to rip them off. I mean, because you ripped us off. I mean, I figure, you can lie to us, you can lie to them. I know that seems like a low blow, but I'm one person. You remove the tracer butt. Why don't you remove all the legendary quests? You're removing the story. The story's not important then. So why quest? So just give us the boost for free whenever we want to use it. I don't think that's a low blow. I think that's being honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat my show and kiss up to a whole bunch of people because that's what they want me to say. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to play that I'm the fanboy thing. Sorry, I'm not going to do it. I think they need to keep the questing alone. I can understand removing the piece. it contradicts, the time walking thing, but why are we removing the questing? I know, went back on a rant on all that stupid stuff. But I don't think there's any more I can really talk about on that, to be quite honest. I mean, I think I just covered all that I could possibly cover. I got to do something back there to cover my door, the wall, the AC unit. Can't really put anything. I don't have any posters. I'm not a collector of things, or collectors of things. But now in this portion of the video, I'm going to do what was my week in World of Warcraft. I finally got the legendary ring done. It actually took me, I think, 6 weeks. 5.5 to 6 weeks to get it done. It's faster now because it's this late in the patch. There was no speed up mechanics. The only thing that really sped things up was the first 2 collections through High Maul Raid and the Blackrock Raid. There's 2 ogres at Lion Watch. Now, if you have 20,000 Epixalis crystals, you can go to the individual and you can purchase a whole bunch of tombs and a whole bunch of items that you can get your first collection. I think you need 10 or 20. And the second one, you need 3 tablets, and you have to have at least 300 items to get to the tablets. That was so easy done. That actually took a whole week to do. I couldn't believe how quickly I got that one. And everyone said that was the grind. 1 week for that, 1 week for the other. The only one that took a long time was the Navy shipyard. That was like a 2-day quest for the chart to drop. And if you have a 99%, it's going to fail. And finally, I think I gave up. It was a 30% chance for the item to drop. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not going to get it. I got it at 30%. The C chart. The Master and Commander thing. When that finally dropped, I finished up going for the final pieces that don't have a guaranteed drop in Hellfire. I went from 23 to 33. I expected 7, and I expected to log in tonight to finish it. Nope. Got it done on Friday. I was like, yeah. So now my ring is item level 735. So I have to save up 1,250 Valor to get the crystallized bell to upgrade the ring. Now, some people tell me that I could do, I think it's normal, heroic, and mythic Archimonde kill. You got to be kidding me. I got to do a raid with the Alliance to go kill Archimonde to get the item. My own guilds that I'm in don't trust me to do a raid. They think I'm stupid because they judge me based on the way I write or the way I talk. They think my skill is based on that. They never ran with me, so they judge me based on that. And I have to go do an Archimonde kill? No. I can get 1,250 Valor before I can be invited into a raid with an Alliance guild, any guild that I'm in for the Alliance, to actually kill Archimonde to get the item. That means they have to help me. You gotta be kidding me. In an MMO where no Alliance guild makes me feel like I'm a part of the family. It's a joke, okay? I'm a number in the guilds, that's all I am. I am just a dust, especially these big guilds with these 900s, 800s. I'm a nobody. The only way I could become someone is to become famous on YouTube, and then, oh my God, Bod. Yeah, I've been in your guild for 2 years. You didn't know that, did you? Especially if you communicate and talk in guild chat. Me, I can talk in guild chat, and it's like I dominated the entire guild chat. No one talks. You can hear the crickets cricket. It's like, yeah. And then you're in the guild. I took a screenshot of this, and you're told, no, you're a selfless. How is it? Selfish ass. think that's how it was. I have to look at the screenshots to find out. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to quote what was actually said. I took a screenshot of it, and I couldn't believe that was the main thing. Let's see. I want to know if I can, I don't know where I could find this. Let's see, I think I went too far ahead. Seeing some bugs. The disconnected thing. Yeah, I took pictures of all that. Let's see. Someone reached 100. You ever go back through your screenshots and you're like, oh, wait to be a team player, selfish ass. I don't like either still going to help out because it's what we do. And then I respond, see, I don't mind fun and games. Direction one takes in the game is a choosing of one person does. I only mention things about the Achi because someone was unaware about it. This one was regarding going to fight Ordos. I guess that was a guild run. What I was doing on this day, I was getting ready to record an actual giveaway for a guild that I'm in. It's got, okay, the Riders of Rohan on Argent for the Alliance. We have about 900 members in the guild, or she does. I make myself like I'm some kind of officer or something. I'm not. Just a regular, average guy in the guild. Regardless of that, they do the Hungry Games three times, the third Sunday of each month, and it's so fun that I wanted to make a video for the entire guild just for them, and to celebrate all that stuff. It's going to be hard work that I'm doing. And I'm not doing this to promote myself. I'm not doing this to say, hey, follow me on Twitter, go to my YouTube channel to promote all this. I'm not doing that. I'm gaining nothing out of this. And this is how I become a selfish ass, because I'm thinking about another guild. And, well, one player has 3 dots. And then I respond, I'm not a selfish ass, as you would put it. I help when I can, and if I'm not busy. And then he responds, you do? And I respond, right now I am prepping for things in-game for some guilds that I don't have to do. And then he responds, some guilds, in quotation. And then he puts in the stars, raises an eyebrow. And I respond, right now, I am getting ready for 5 guilds, a vid I don't have to do for them, which gives me no gain. Yes, I am in several guilds, not just this one. And then the other player respond, then, to put it bluntly, why are, in caps, you in the guild? Curiosity. Well, I don't respond to that. Why am I in the guild? Because I support the guild. I support the guild that I'm in, and Battle.net wants to update and restart now. Typical. The bug happens again while I'm in the middle of recording. And OBS is not capturing that because it's only capturing the image and my webcam. So that was my week in WoW. Doing something for other guilds makes me selfish. I'm only supposed to be in one guild, not just in that guild. Why put those guildies on ignore? And I can do that. If you're going to be rude and disrespectful to me, I am going to basically, you know, put you on ignore. If you're going to be a total jerk about things, I don't need to defend myself or my actions. So
excuse me if I garrison hop, okay? I go around the entire. I have how many tunes do I have? I took a screenshot of this. Oh wow, I can't tell. I got 11 on Organon. There's 2 on Moonguard, 2 on Argent Dawn, 2 on Cargrath, 1 on Grizzly Hills, 2 on Darkspear, 1 on Thorium Brotherhood, 1 on Velen. And then I have a tune Horde on Area 52, and on Moonguard I have 5 characters standing for the pet battles, dailies, so I can turn them in on whatever tune I'm planning on leveling up. So I'm doing something for another guild, and I'm being this is the thing that I'm going through all the time, because I didn't have time to do Ordals. And I was asked, hey, do you want to do a guild run on Ordals? And I was like, no. Someone wanted to be a part of the run, but they couldn't jump to the other side because they kept dying. And that's when I made a comment about, well, you have to have the achievement to go across, and then that's when I got attacked. But I'm not going to let that get to me, because I don't have time for it. I have, and the reason I said 5 guilds is I'm doing another thing also for Moonguard, and there's several guilds over there that I'm trying to introduce some characters to have fun on the server for role playing, so it could be adventurous, so I can use it for my YouTube channel on Vodquinian's Insanity, which is actually promoting my work, but promoting myself to make them have a name, to give them the respect, because the server is amazing. It's a community server, but I love doing giveaways in guilds that I'm in. And there's a couple guilds that I'm in that have a Facebook group, and they have a lot of players, and there's a lot of feedback on the group. It's constantly engaging. I want to do stuff for those particular guilds. Excuse me, if I have a guild that I have in mind that I want to do a giveaway. And that wasn't the one incident. There was another incident too that I can't remember. I didn't even take a screenshot of it. It was, I was very disappointed in the reactions that I was getting from other people. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. And as Dan would say, you're just in the wrong guild. I am. I'm still looking for that alliance guild that I feel like I'm at home with my main tune, without getting ripped into my butt for having fun in the game, doing other things for other people. So I got the ring, and now I'm just doing rep runs for my main tune. I'm working on the Time Messiah rep. I'm like 486 away from Revered for the Emperor Shaho or something. I'm actually waiting for that white stone. Begins with the letter G. That if you're waiting for a Hulam, the black, he drops them out. And if you fall straight down, there's a rare that stands at the bottom. I'm waiting for him to spawn so I can get that achievement. And then there's also another rare on the one island that you can't fly, where the Thunder King raid is. That when you run, you can turn into a creature and you can fly as you jump. Oh, it's cool. I love it. But there's a rare up there that I'm waiting to kill. I tried doing it when Mr. Pandera was live, and I kept getting killed because he has this one mechanic that just die, that you just die to. I'm working on that, and I tried doing some more Ordals to do some theory crafting solo for a Frost DK. I got him down to 97%. Before I had him down to 90%. And because I didn't time my defensive cooldowns before his certain attack. I think I forgot to update my DVM on it to give me the warning, so I can absorb that particular damage and dial the next one. Because when he hits you with a second one, that's it. It's a wipe. And if you don't use your defensive cooldown right before the mechanic, you're down 1% and you're dead.